Sinestro.
Oh,
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
Sinestro.
No,
Let's say what he actually is.
my replacement.
Alrighty, guys, a new trailer for DC's Lanterns has dropped, giving us a new look at the upcoming DC series starring Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Hopefully, this gets me excited. I liked the first two trailers, but it didn't get me like this. It didn't really get me like this is Green Lantern. It didn't really feel like Green Lantern to me. I'm hoping this feels a little bit more like that. But let's watch the trailer. We'll talk a bit more about it after we're done. Here we go. Alright, got some Jon Stewart already.
It's time to get up, Junior.
So, you're a space cop.
No, I'm just being trained.
All right, new lesson. Take
Oh, the
ring.
ring.
You fly.
Just fly.
I'm sorry. Fly, please.
Oh my god.
What's that?
You're the backup quarterback.
Ooh. Oh.
What do you think is going on?
It's no accident we're here. These victims are gonna end up being alien.
Based on what?
I have
Uh-oh.
a feeling.
He has a feeling.
I think this is more than just a feeling.
This is a threat no one's ever seen before.
What is it?
What do you know about manhunters?
Oh!
Where'd you hear that word?
Manhunters?
Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy.
Oh my god.
And it could take the form of any species.
So it could be anyone.
Dude, we're doing manhunters?
He's gonna send an army to put you down.
Oh, guy. Yo.
Do you resent Hal Jordan?
The ring's always been mine.
Damn, John.
Jordan's just keeping it warm.
Sinestro.
Oh.
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
Sinestro.
Let's say what he actually is.
My replacement.
Damn.
In brightest day.
Oh, there we go.
In
Brightest night.
And we
Evil shall escape my sight.
Let
Those who worship evil's might. Whoa.
Beware my power. Green
Lantern's
Lantern's light.
light. Yo.
How about a beer?
The effects for the contracts are cool. Alrighty, guys, that was the trailer for Lanterns. Before we go and break it down, I'm gonna give you my first kind of thoughts here. Listen, it looks good. It looks good. It does throw me out when I just see like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart in a pickup truck driving around looking like it's like a Tyler Sheridan show. I'm like, that doesn't really feel Green Lantern to me. But I get to try to make it grounded to get kind of like not the comic audience, but normal audiences to kind of check out the show as well, but also adding that sci-fi element as well. And introduction to some cool villains. We know that now the Manhunters are possibly the villains of this series, possibly the Manhunters, which is a really cool. Finally, get to see those guys in Green Lantern live action. But that's kind of my thoughts. I thought it was a really good trailer, leaned on the action. But I'm still wondering, a bit hesitant, to say, will this, kind of be the Green Lantern I want it to be, or will it kind of just be the Green Lantern James Gunn or wants it to be? That's the thing I feel the problem with James Gunn's universe is that his stuff is stuff he wants. He's not making stuff for the fans. He's making stuff that he wants, That's what kind of Supergirl That's why I feel like, Supergirl didn't do that well, because people didn't really want Supergirl. It's something James Gunn wanted to do, which I don't have a problem with Billy Alcock as a character, but... And then Clayface, like, no one really wants a Clayface movie, but James Gunn's like, the script's amazing, we gotta make this movie. But I'm like, James, like, are people gonna watch it, and are people gonna go watch the Green Lantern series? But with all that, that's all other stuff. Let's just kind of break down this trailer right now. Alright, so let's start this breakdown here after I take a little sip of my juice right here. Alright. So, of course, we start with Jon Stewart. He's in bed. Hal Jordan, being the Hal Jordan he is, wakes him up with water, says, get up, Spurt, time to go train. Going through here, we see, John talking to some woman. Don't know who she is. It does suck. Also, I feel like they're not using a lot of the comic characters. Like, we don't have Carol Ferris in here, which is weird because Hal and Carol such a relationship in the comics, and I'm sad they're not doing it here, which is that what it seems. Going through, we see a shot of the Green Lantern ring here, which I do really like the design of that ring. I think it's a very cool design. We got Hal trying to be like just do the thing, just fly, and he does it, and he makes a bird, and it's kind of intriguing because it's going to be like, oh, John can make constructs, but he doesn't really know how to use the constructs in ways to be good in battle. So now when he wants to fly, he makes a bird that flies, which could mean like he doesn't believe himself that he can fly, but he has to create something that he knows can fly in the form of a bird. So that kind of makes sense there. Going along the trailer, they're talking about, oh, hey, John, you're just the backup quarterback. You're not the prime Green Lantern. Then we talk about, oh, hey, there's something going on Earth in this small town. What's going on here? All these people are dying. It's going to be aliens. Everyone, we already know from the last trailer, people know on Earth that Hal Jordan is a Green Lantern, a superhero. So it's nothing out of the water. That's how people already know that he is a superhero. He is the protector of this sector. And then we're going through, they're kind of starting to question everything in this town, looking around to see who the hell's killed all these people. And then, they're like, oh, it's a threat that we've never faced before, a threat that you can't even beat, Hal Jordan, as we see more gunfire here. And then, of course, John says, Manhunters. And then Hal's like, how'd you learn that? And let's talk a little bit about the Manhunters here. So, if you don't know what the Manhunters were, the Manhunters were the first kind of creation of the Guardians of the Universe. Before the Green Lanterns, the Guardians made the Manhunters to enforce, their will, like around the galaxy, to enforce peace. But the Manhunters soon became, a product of destruction. They are androids, but they're also sentient as well. So they become kind of, evil. They even wipe out an entire planet, which is the planet of Atrocitus, who later becomes the, evil Red Lantern, the prime Red Lantern in the Green Lantern series. And the Manhunters are, some of the most powerful, robots in the DC universe, as they are, kind of really unbeatable and very, very hard to take down. As we see later in this trailer, they talk a bit about them. We see, this could be Atrocitus' home world right here, which that would be pretty cool. Could be them investigating this could be Atrocitus' planet, honestly, right here with the Manhunters. The last planet the Manhunters officially destroyed. And then, of course, we go right here. And we see right here, this is a Manhunter right here. It has the kind of red uniform, kind of the X mark of the Manhunters. I don't know if they're going to make them, look human, or they're going to have, the blue faces, they have in the comics. I hope the blue face, but we'll see how that goes. And then moving along in this trailer, we see some more characters here. You see the humans even questioning the presence of the Green Lanterns and what they're really doing here, and can they really protect ourselves, as a car is kind of exploded right there. I'm guessing maybe Hal's in there and Hal escapes. He's like, what the hell's going on, John? We gotta go figure this shit out. And then of course we got Guy Gardner showing up. He's like, dude, stop doing what you're doing, or the guards are gonna send some other people down here to kick your ass, other than me. So I wonder what's going on there. Maybe the Guardians don't want to know what's happening with the Manhunters, or the Manhunt, or it hasn't been revealed in the series yet that the Manhunters are the Guardians' biggest mistake, and the Guardians are trying to cover it up by having the Green Lanterns come here to cover it up as well. That would be interesting to see as well, as there are many times in the comics in Green Lantern where Hal Jordan is questioning, the motives of the Guardians at times, as they, think they're the almighty, they're better than everyone else, and Hal Jordan kind of at times calls them out on their shit. So we'll kind of see here. Guy Gardner, of course, is someone who, if you go to Guy Gardner's past, he was a cop, so he's someone who kind of just blindly follows orders. He is just that type of guy. Then moving along, we have some Green Lantern constructs, which I do like the way they kind of construct the constructs. Kind of feels like, it almost kind of feels like magic. It's kind of like these dust particles just forming together. I do wish though it was a bit more green. I wish it was a bit more green. And going through, seeing some new characters. John looks like John's trying to reach inside one of the constructs. And then we get some space stuff, which is always good to see in Green Lantern. As we're going through, we see Hal in some sort of prison. And then going through, we finally get our first official look, better look at his costume, but also a look at Sinestro for the first time, which I love that. I love the accent. I love the look. He looks very much like the comics version. And we'll see, how he's playing into this, because he could have something to do with the Manhunters as well. And this is probably at the point where he is already a Yellow Lantern as well, which is very cool that we've already had that set up, because this is not a Hal Jordan origin story. It feels more like a John Stewart origin story. Going through, we get kind of we start to get the mantra, we get the power battery, and blackest day, brightest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. This is a pretty cool shot here. This has some Black Hand stuff going on here. And if you know Black Hand is kind of relates to the Blackest Night, which is a huge Green Lantern event in the comics that relates to, the Justice League. It kind of has a horror zombie element to it as well. So going through here, more constructs. I don't know what this is right here. This is definitely not Earth. This is definitely possibly somewhere else. This could be, I don't know what this could be. It has some yellow to it, so it could be the Yellow Lantern home world that John has to go to for some reason. Don't quite know why. Or this could be where the Manhunters have their base of operations now, which would be interesting to see. Kind of a bunch of Manhunters being like, you can't take us on, newbie. We're more powerful than one of us can take down every single one of you Lanterns, basically. So that would be cool to see. Going through some more of the mantra here, we see whatever this is. This is, I don't know what the hell that is. We see, this is probably from the final episode. We have some fights going on here. We got a whole weapons cache down here. Probably this has some Manhunter stuff as well to do with it. Seen some of these shots before. And then we got a little action scene with Hal Jordan, which I really do hope he makes it out of this series. I really hope they don't do the thing where they kill him off. That would suck, because Hal Jordan is one of my favorites. Green Lanterns. It would suck if you get rid of him so quickly in just this one season of television. And yeah, and then we have a little small gag at the end with Hal being like, hey, look what I can make. I make a bottle opener. Here you go, sweetie. And, that's where the trailer ends. So it's a good trailer. I'm still excited, but what do you guys think about that trailer for Lanterns? Put your comments down below. See you guys on the next one. Peace.